Hi there all, I'm Jazz and welcome to Board of Games, the YouTube channel where we review, play through and show you inside the box of board games of all types. And today I will be reviewing the heart-racing, fast-pacing, crazy game that is Ligretto. Now, Ligretto is a rather, as mentioned, crazy card game. It's very fast, it's very competitive, and it's very enjoyable. Now, I will say it's probably not for some of your slower, lighter-hearted friends and family members. This is quite a crazy game, and not in a bad, scary way. It's just the fact that, like I said, and we'll explain, it's very fast-paced. To explain how you kind of start the game, each one of you is between 2 to 4 players in one of these boxes, and each one of you will have your own deck with a colour and a logo on the back to know which one's yours. And in your deck you'll have 4 colours: yellow, red, blue and green. And all of those will be numbered 1 to 10. And everyone else who you're playing with will have also these colours and these numbers 1 to 10. How you win is you will deal out 10 cards face down.
It's amazing. You are 100% wrong.
And this will be known as your Ligretto deck. You also have a few cards in front of you, depending on how many people are playing, and then the rest of your personal deck will go to the side that you will look through when there's not something that you can lay from your Ligretto pile. Starting from numbers 1 to 10, you then will lay those cards, but everyone shares. So for instance, if you have a green 1, you'll lay it in the middle of the table, and then someone else can use that. If they've got a green 2, and if someone else has got a green 3, etc., that all gets laid. And so when you've laid a card, you'll then replace it until your Ligretto pile is gone, and then when it's empty, you'll shout Ligretto, and that round is done, and you've technically won.
Yes! Yes!
But with the points, that will be in another video where I explain the rules a bit more, but that's the general way of how you play this game. Now, it might sound a bit difficult, but it's actually very simple once you start playing, which is a real bonus because it's quite a good game to get into, even for people who haven't played. Now, the reason why it makes it fast-paced and quite difficult at times is that everyone is doing that. So in the middle of the table at one point, you may have 7, 8 different piles that people are laying their cards on and changing and flipping and looking through their deck and laying all these cards, and it is a bit manic. Incredibly fun, but manic. And so because of this, there's a lot going on. Obviously everyone else is laying cards, you're trying to get ready your Ligretto deck. Some rounds you'll be playing and within 40 to 60 seconds someone will shout Ligretto and you're like, I've only laid what feels like 4 cards. How have you finished already? That's just the way that it's gone. Now, I'm probably talking about this like it's not a good thing that it's fast paced. It's an amazing thing. This game is so enjoyable and I love it. The first time I played this, I went home and I felt like I was shaking because I'd been on adrenaline for like 2 hours playing this game. It was incredible. Now, that is with 4 players. Because there is more cards to choose from, it's a lot quicker. Me and Emily play it quite a lot with just us 2, and it is slower, but still has those moments of, or if a green 2 comes out, we've both got a green 3, who's going to be the quickest, and then, you know, you're slamming it down. So it's still enjoyable, just a little bit slower. So the reason that I think this game is so good as well is when I've played it with people, you do get better the more you play it. But I've played with people who have been on negative points, again, that will be explained in another video, and yet they still said that was great, I loved it, I want to buy it. Because you're always involved. The game doesn't really stop, there's no calming period. I did play it with my cousin once, and once everyone was laying cards, she was like, stop please, there's too much going on.
Everybody panic!
But we didn't, because you can't, that's not the way the game is played. If someone drops their cards on the floor, well then they need to pick it up off the floor quickly. There's no pausing in Ligretto. So, it's a very, very fun, fast-paced game. It may not be for every member of the family, and maybe not for some of your friends. It's definitely not one of those kind of games where you're like, I think I'll play a board game this evening. What do you think, dear? Oh yes, that sounds lovely. You don't then bust out Ligretto because you have to be in that competitive, fast-paced mood. Now, the box that I've got is green. There are 2 other boxes that have different cards backs to them, and you can actually add them all together. We've played this with 6 people. It was only 6 people. It felt like 8 people because it was crazy. And even that I felt like was too much. I could not understand how you could play this with 12 people if someone else owned the other boxes. Because your table would need to be huge. There'd be like 20 plus different piles going on that you're trying to find, and you wouldn't be able to reach half of them anyway, probably. But hey, if you want to try it, give it a go, let me know how it goes. I'd be very intrigued. But yes, you can play it with more than 4 people if you buy a different coloured box, which is what we did with our friends when we played this game originally. We went out and bought a different colour just in case. So that's literally what I thought of the game, guys. It's great. I will give it a 4 out of 5, but it's not actually that expensive of a game, and so I think it's definitely well worth getting. But that's what I thought of it. I thank you so much for staying with me and watching all of this video. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. And also, if you want to follow us on social media, we are on Instagram and Facebook too. The details are below. And also, if you're looking for any board games to buy, obviously end of the year coming up, or just want to buy some for yourself anyway, please click on our link down below. This will take you straight to the Zatu website, and any purchases you make through this link, we get a little bit of commission that just helps us to get more videos out, upgrade our equipment and things like that. But thank you very much. This is Board of Games, and now it's your turn.